What is going on, you little cuties? Demi Bemi here, and today I'm going to share with you a single starter home speed build that I have done recently. I wanted to make the living space itself quite small just because I feel like a single person isn't really going to need a whole lot of room, and I wanted to spend a lot of money on character for the house itself. Maybe not the architecture, so to say, but the color on the walls, some landscaping as well. And here I was just trying to plan out where the rooms were going to be, and I kind of wanted to partition off the bedroom but not put any actual doors, just so that it didn't seem as closed off. Of course, as you can imagine, a small home like this is going to feel quite cramped. If you have too many doors, it's going to feel like you're in solitary confinement. So I just left those two open and then put a wall at the end of the bed so it was a little more private. Also a place to put the TV. And here I'm just trying to plan out where things are going to go and looking for some windows that I can kind of put everywhere, just because, again, a small space, it needs to feel a lot more open, and windows kind of do the trick for that. And now I'm just kind of going through and looking for some wall colors. I start with like a base white kind of gray color and then go through and try to make some of these walls accent walls. I think it may just be the bedroom and the living room. That little partition there might be the only one that I did in fact paint. But I thought that it would give it a little more character, I guess, instead of just everything being white and giving it a sort of separate room feeling. And here I'm just looking for some paintings to put on the walls, some wall hangings, so it feels a little homier and not so stark. And then I keep going through looking for some stuff to put on the walls. Some stuff doesn't really quite fit, I guess. It either doesn't fit physically on the wall, like it's too big, or it just makes the space feel cluttered. I'm putting in a coffee table that I will later put some clutter on. Just going through some recolors here, trying to spice it up a little bit, kind of give the rooms sort of a different color theme. So of course you see the living room is green, bedroom is blue, and now I'm just looking for some more clutter to kind of stick around, make it feel a little homier. And you can find this build on the gallery, hashtag Demi Bemi. I think the only things that I did not put in here are a bookcase and a space for a computer. However, I think that you could probably switch the lamp to where that plant is, and in that space put a small table with a computer or whatever you want. Then I tried to give the bathroom sort of that black and brown Zen spa day kind of look, just so that wasn't so stark and white as well. Trying to add a little clutter in there, but since it is such a small space, trying not to overwhelm it. And I think here adding in some more windows, because I was thinking that it was insane how cramped it was still looking, and I think it does look a little bit better after I add in all the windows. I'm trying to make it kind of have sort of a pattern, I guess. And now I'm just kind of looking around to check things out, make sure like walls are all painted, because I feel like sometimes that happens. Sometimes you miss a wall. Now I'm just looking for a wall hanging for the kitchen. And I think I end up with a pear picture and size that bad boy up. There it is. I size it up to take up that space because I wanted to make kind of a gallery wall, but then I was like, gonna be a little convoluted there. Now I'm looking for some clutter to put on top of the fridge, and I actually settled for the wine bottles, which I had a little bit of trouble getting on top of the fridge there for a second. And I was just looking for some things I could maybe stick around make it look a little homier. And then I found these coat hangers and I thought, oh, perfect, put some coat hangers and like clothing hangers on the walls because there's no closets, there's no dressers, so those are things that would be out in the open. And I really like that little bit of addition to the bedroom. I think it makes it look a little more lived in. And I'm getting distracted with outdoor stuff. I make a little patio area, which is super cute, I think, for anyone who wants to invite over, have a little chat outside in the afternoons. This also I feel like could be a home for maybe a couple, like a just married couple. It is quite affordable, so I think you can access the bed from both sides, so that wouldn't be a problem. Now I'm finally working on the outside, and I wanted it to look like similar to the neighbor's home, because I figure it's in the same neighborhood, it'll probably look relatively similar. And I'm trying to find that roof peak there. I wanted to get a different wallpaper for it to give this building a little bit of character since it is so plain. And I really like the sort of the brick and the black and the beam look, but those beams were like metal and I didn't want that. Then I end up settling for these get together patterns here, that one. And I really like how it turned out. It looks a little cuter, I think. Now I'm looking for some terrain paints here for walkways, which I feel like is always so hard. Everything always looks so sun bleached and I hate it. Now I'm putting in the garbage bin here and trying to hide it. And then I make these same little hedges on the other side. Now I'm working on landscaping and try to get it a little prettier outside since this home is a little bit more plain. And by the way, landscaping just ends up being super expensive. And just kind of playing with things, playing with sizes, I think does help as well. Just so a smaller item will take up more room. Going through here, slapping down some of those kind of ground plants. Put a bush over that. Turn the mailbox, because I figure that it would probably be angled like that, and I thought it gave it, mostly I'm just trying to add character, I guess is what I'm getting at. Adding a small little patio terrain paint there. And then I add in some landscaping here in the back, just so it feels a little more private from the neighbors, since there are no privacy fences or anything like that. Throwing in some trees, which I'm not 100% sure if I take those out. I don't think I take those out. Anyway, so just putting in some little plants here. Putting in some taller bushes just so it feels, again, a little more private, kind of protect you from prying eyes of the neighbors. Now I'm just adding in some dirt around the plants and things to make it look a little more realistic. And I really like how the landscaping turned out. It was, I mean, did get a little expensive, I think, with all the stuff that I did, but I think it turned out quite well. Then I'm making a pond back here because I figured, oh, I've got like $1,000 left. I will go ahead and make a water feature back here, which gets expensive fast. These rocks are absurdly priced, I think. And I think at this point I didn't realize how little money I had left. Then I'm just whoop, 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 buying all this stuff. And there you go. There's the water feature. Adding in some dirt around that stuff. I end up painting the inside of the pond brown and giving it green water just because it looks a little more natural, like a natural pond there. So I paint the walls brown, give it the basement dirt flooring, and that bad boy is done because I realized I had $80 left. And here are the screenshots, the front of the house. And then we have the side of the house with the garbage bin. Here's the back patio area. And here is the pond in the backyard as well. Here's the other side of the house. And let's move inside. Here is the kitchen area. And on the other side, we have the bathroom. Then in the back, we have the living room, well, the couch, I guess, from this view. Then we have the coffee table TV area, and we'll move into the bedroom. Here is the first set of clothes, the left side of the bed. Here's the other side of the bed with the other clothes rack. Then we have a screenshot of the photos and the window outside. And here is what it looks like from the backyard looking in. And thank you guys so much for checking this out. I really appreciate it. I'm having lots and lots of fun doing these speed builds. I don't know, I'm really digging it, and I hope you guys are too. And again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Please leave it a like if you liked it. Give me a comment if you have any tips on how to do things, or if you want to see me speed build something else, or subscribe if you want to keep seeing what I'm doing. And I will see you little cuties in the next one. Bye!